Now it's over. That's the thing. It's over. That's crazy.
It's over.
So it's finally here. Our review of The Rise of Skywalker. It happened tonight. We went to the world premiere, first show at 6 o'clock p.m. So we're about to get into that. And we want you to know that after we're done with this review, we've got a special treat.
Yeah, it's going to be basically some video recorded before and after the movie. So definitely stick around and check it out at the end of our review.
Footage of people who were actually there watching the movie with us and total strangers.
Yeah, their takes, their reactions.
Yep.
So, yeah,
right.
Definitely stay to the end.
So stay tuned for that.
Echo 3, Echo 7. On over the street.
Echo Station 3PA.
Well, we're here.
We saw it.
Hated it.
It was watched.
Yep.
Echo Base Network. I'm the coach.
I am Nick, as you guys all know.
Kind of weird seeing us here together.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We went to the movie. And this is not a spoiler-free... We don't do spoiler-free.
No.
We don't... You get one show from us.
Yeah.
So...
We're not doing a whole bunch of multiples
No.
shows.
No. So, spoilers are forthcoming right now. So, it is imminent that you leave if you're not looking for that.
Yeah.
So, here we go. We don't really have a plan.
Yeah, we're totally winging this.
We kind of went through what we thought. We went to eat at IHOP. And we talked with other people. We talked with strangers that just came from the same movie. And I'm drinking coffee. And it's almost 11 o'clock. And I gotta go to work in the morning.
I'm not drinking coffee, and I gotta work tomorrow afternoon.
All right. So, anyways, do we want to start with the good? Do we want to start at the beginning of the movie and go through? How do you want to do this?
I say let's give our first initial reaction walking out of the theater. Like my first initial reaction was, I hated it, but I didn't hate it as much as I didn't come out of it the same way I came out of The Last Jedi. Probably because I was more prepared for this to be a disaster. The Last Jedi completely took me by surprise, and I was super pumped and excited for it. This one I was not excited for.
I agree with that. I want to thank J.J. Abrams for making me have the ability to leave the theater tonight and laugh.
Yeah.
Laugh. I wasn't angry. I'm not fighting depression.
Yeah.
I am not sad. I was laughing. It was comical.
Yeah.
And we're about to get into that.
Yeah.
So here's how I felt leaving. I thought my dogs that just busted up in the room could have wrote a better trilogy.
Yeah, absolutely. It almost felt like JJ was like, screw The Last Jedi. Now I didn't get to do my middle in part, and then
So I'm doing it all.
So I'm doing it all. It was like two movies squeezed into one. So much happening. The Emperor was completely forced in there. There's no way.
You sure you want to start there? Like we hadn't really.
Yeah. We'll get into that here in a minute.
So we got two different courses we could take.
Yeah.
We could either start with the good and then go to the bad, or we could just go through the movie. Which honestly, after watching it one time, I'm not sure how well I could just go through it.
I don't think I could either, because so much was happening so fast. I mean, Like it's
And a lot of stuff was needless.
yeah.
Like the whole. All right. So good.
The good.
Nick's gonna talk about visual effects. It looked good.
Yeah, the visual effects in
And
Star Wars always look good. So,
Like even like the dogfighting and stuff, like they're too close to the screen. It doesn't like it was hard to watch.
yeah,
It was hard for my eyes to watch it. It was kind of like watching. It wasn't the same as like the camera shaking with Michael Bay, but it's difficult to watch Michael Bay's action sequences. I felt that way about this movie.
I did too. Absolutely, definitely.
Like when you watch Return of the Jedi, it's easy.
Oh God, yeah. And like there was so much happening in the beginning, it was thrown at you. I will say this from the get-go, at the beginning of the movie, a lot was happening, but on a positive note, the Chewie, Poe, and Finn banter back and forth at the game table on the Falcon. I like that scene. I actually like that scene and actually got a laugh out of that scene a little bit. And I'm trying to stick to positive things here. Another positive note is the music. But I will say this about the music for the trilogy in its entirety is the original trilogy. If you said, what's the biggest piece of music from the original trilogy that stands out? Most people are going to say the Imperial March. Prequels, what's the biggest piece of music to stand out when you think of the prequels?
Dual Fates.
Duel of the Fates. Name the piece of music that stands out in the sequel trilogy.
That's not John Williams' fault.
That's not John Williams' fault. And I'm not saying that the music wasn't good. The music was good, but there was a lot of just rehash of the old music.
Do you remember when we walked out of the movie? Do you remember what was playing?
Yeah.
Tell them.
The Imperial March.
And what did I say? Right behind you.
This music doesn't need to be in this movie.
Yeah, this movie doesn't deserve this.
Yeah, this movie doesn't deserve this. Yeah.
Yeah. Not cool.
Yeah.
Get that out of this movie.
Yeah. So,
Lando was good.
yeah, I didn't have any issue with Lando, but the way they used him, he just kind of just shows up, out of nowhere. I didn't think that the execution of Lando for me I didn't think he was used all that well, but I did like Lando. Billy D put on a good performance. I felt like it was definitely Lando.
Here's the thing. So we're out of positives.
So I'm trying to think if I have another one.
We got 2 seconds of Wedge, if that.
Oh God!
Which
literally probably 2 seconds.
I'm gonna say it's a positive because he was in it.
Yeah.
2 seconds of exhilaration is better than none.
He might as well not have been in it. He said he had one line and he was in the.
I don't even remember what he said.
He said something like "Good flying, Lando," or "Good job, Lando," or something. Talking to Lando, he was in the gunner's chair on the Falcon. He should have came in an X-wing.
Right.
I don't know.
I know.
There's so much.
I know.
That's.
I agree.
Ugh.
So all right. So here we go with the negatives. You and look, we don't have like a plan. We don't have an outline.
Yeah.
This is straight. We're just shooting. So it's going to be random, and there's a really good chance we're not professional movie critics. You guys know that. Yeah. So we're probably going to leave out some big negatives. Yeah. But we're just going with what
we can remember.
What we can remember, yeah. So you said something a second ago about just showing up.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren is everywhere.
Oh, he learned the Force ability of teleportation.
Instant transmission, Goku.
Yeah, he can teleport all over the place throughout the galaxy in this movie, and he can teleport things. Like, things are able to be teleported now with the Force. Necklaces, lightsabers.
JJ said new Force powers.
Yeah. We saw Baby Yoda.
What JJ should have said, well, that's the next thing I want to talk about. is unlimited Force powers. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda healing.
Baby Yoda, we saw healing, and I didn't really
Not in the
mind-
movie, in the Mandalorian.
in the Mandalorian, and I don't really mind that Force ability so much. But one of the things is at the end of the movie, Kylo uses that Force ability to basically cure Rey, you know, and so that she doesn't die. But then he just dies.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
He just died.
He just died.
And when he died, Leia's dead carcass that had been laying there for days, probably,
Yeah, for God knows how long.
all of a sudden vanishes because
Yeah.
Kylo died. What?
It like there's so many questions. Like
Stuff that don't make sense.
yeah,
We're gonna get to the Emperor and stuff. We're talking about Kylo just showing up everywhere.
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
yeah,
He is on every planet. Like, it's amazing. So we go from Kylo to Rey.
yeah.
I cannot wait to hear what Doomcock calls her this time.
Yeah,
Because she's amazing Wonder Rey to the 100th power.
yeah, without a doubt.
She has unlimited power.
yeah,
She has it, man.
I mean, her character arc is so bad. Like, she faced no adversity. I mean, she is unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Nobody
Stopping a ship from flying away in midair.
Yeah,
And this ship is way off into the sky, and she stops it.
yeah, yeah.
She stops it.
And then Kylo, they're playing basically having
And she has Force lightning now.
they're basically having forced tug of war with this ship in the desert.
And she's the granddaughter of Palpatine.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you think the Disney writers... Do you think Rian Johnson knew that she was going to be the granddaughter of Palpatine?
No, absolutely not.
You know, I hate to say this. Does that put Rian Johnson at a disadvantage? Honestly, tell the truth. Of course it does.
Yeah, I mean,
Of course it does.
He had
No, I'm
no.
going to like the guy.
Yeah, he had no clue what was happening. I mean, he even said it. Like,
Kathleen Kennedy should be cleaning her office out right now.
yep,
And we could write a better movie than that.
yeah. Now, if
A better trilogy.
now,
Any of us could.
yeah. Now, if Bob Iger forced them to do a movie and forced her to get a movie out fast, then the blame could fall on him. But she should have said no. She should have said no. It's not ready. We're not just slapping something together. We're gonna honor.
There was
George
no
Lucas.
plan.
We're gonna honor George Lucas's
Yeah.
story and world that he's built and created. Honor the characters, and we're gonna take our time and we're gonna get it right.
So do I appreciate J.J. Abrams trying to go back and right some of the wrongs by The Last Jedi? Yeah, I do. It makes it bearable.
Yeah,
It made it bearable.
and
But then J.J. did some things that made it unbearable.
yeah, and a lot of the scenes that we saw in this were like the whole time I was seeing certain scenes happening, I would literally be like, "This should have happened in the last movie." Like Luke as a Force ghost raising X-wing out of the water.
How much Luke did we get?
Total in the whole movie, 5 minutes maybe.
I think 2.5 or less.
Maybe it was 5 minutes or less for sure.
He is not in it much,
No,
and he really didn't do anything. He lifted an X-wing out of the water as a Force ghost.
Yep, and
His
that,
X-wing.
yeah, and that's sort of like supposed to be like a nostalgia
Yeah, that's all. it was.
callback to, you know, he didn't do it in Empire, but now he can do it as a Force ghost, which I'm sure he could have done it. in
Which is
last
the
movie.
first useful thing that Luke Skywalker did in this trilogy.
Yeah, yeah, and
Lift an X-wing out of the water for Rey.
Oh,
That's all he did.
what'd you think about?
Which makes this not Star Wars, by the way.
Yeah. It's not like I don't look at these movies as the continuation of George Lucas's Star Wars. These are badly written, badly executed fan films to me. Like, it ended with Return of the Jedi.
So we said this when we were eating. We said if they had made this trilogy for the original trilogy fans, if the main cast had been the focal point of this trilogy,
Yeah.
the younger generation would love it too.
Yeah, exactly. If they would have done a good story, they can, yeah, of course.
They could have used a bunch of new characters.
Yeah, of course there would have been new characters.
There was a scene where Chewie was running around in the desert early in the movie. They were like Poe, Rey, Finn, Chewie, BB-8, and they showed Chewbacca running on this desert, and I looked at Nick and I said, if that was Luke doing that, if Luke was part of the team and was helping out and all that kind of stuff, it could have been a totally different movie, and it actually could have worked.
Yeah, also, like, I was thinking the exact same thing when it was showing Poe sneaking around the city that the First Order was in, when they were trying to find the Babu, whatever, the little dude, the white 3PO's memory.
Oh, yeah! The little rodent-looking creature
Yeah.
that had a bigger impact in this movie and way more screen time than R2-D2.
Yeah. R2-D2, well, what did he do? He had Finn use them for something.
He uploaded C-3PO's memory.
Yeah, and then Finn did something with them, plugged something into him at the beginning.
Now, C-3PO
the
did
message from the spy.
C-3PO had a lot of good stuff going on, but here's the thing. None of that was necessary.
Yeah.
All that stuff with C-3PO and the red eyes and not being able to speak the...
Translate the Sith.
Like, you didn't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
You could have just let C-3PO be able to do it. And here's the other thing.
Yep.
We have read these comments, and now I truly get it. You just made Rey not just perfect. You basically made this entire sequel trilogy documentary where all Rey did was one-up Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, pretty much.
It makes his accomplishments fade.
Yeah.
In comparison, anyways. Now, we're not going to let it do that for us.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, Luke couldn't beat the regular Emperor. Rey beat the Super Emperor.
Yeah. Because she is all powerful, you know.
Because she has no weaknesses.
Yoda.
She is God. She is the Messiah Rey.
Yep. Yoda in the prequels couldn't beat the Emperor.
That is a great point.
But Rey is going to beat the Super Emperor, who's now has all the Sith in him. This thing of all the Sith, and she has all the Jedi.
All right, so the Emperor. Let's do the Emperor. Here we go.
All right.
Strike me down.
Yeah. He said that so many times.
Strike me down. It reminds me of that, I don't remember, that little spoof somebody did. Strike me down. He kept saying it. The Emperor goes to college.
I think was that Robot Chicken?
Yes.
Yeah.
Strike me down.
Yeah.
I can feel your anger.
Robot Chicken, yeah, that's what that was from.
Dude. So the Emperor has these super mega powers, and he ain't got no fingers, but because Rey and Kylo are united fighting the Emperor, and there are two of you, so I am complete. Some crap like that.
Yeah.
The Emperor was able to, like, come fully back alive and all powerful.
Yeah, because he sucked the life force out of it. The Emperor is a vampire. If you guys ever saw that 80s movie Life Force with the space vampires that sucked your life force out of you, that had some hot chicks in it. Did you ever see Life Force? Oh yeah, Doomcock knows about Life Force. But basically that's what the Emperor is he's a space vampire from Life Force. He basically has the ability to suck the life force out of somebody else, bring it into himself, and then basically heal himself.
All right, so, but conversely to that, the Rey has apparently sucked all the life force from the dead Jedi. Because all the dead Jedi live in her.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. Did the dead Jedi live in Qui-Gon?
Yeah.
What about when the Jedi Order was around and there was tons of Jedi?
Yeah, why was all the dead Jedi living in Luke Skywalker?
And speaking of that, okay. What about this little side room in the Emperor's throne room?
Oh yeah, where the Wayfinder was?
Wayfinder.
Yeah. There was no door there.
There was no door there in the original trilogy. JJ made a door, or Rey just used her magical powers to create a door.
I'm just looking up throne room.
Oh, well, we already know. So yeah, how ironic is it that just outside the door to where the Emperor and Vader and Luke were at the end of Return of the Jedi, just outside that door, that's where the Sith artifact was that none of us have ever heard about. The Holy Tesseract.
Yeah. Yeah.
the Triforce of Wisdom.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
So dumb. Annie.
Coach's dogs were going nuts when I came in here. They don't like me very much. Well, one of them doesn't, but it's fine with me now. But anyways, so yeah, Rey ends up going Super Saiyan on the Emperor. Oh, and the other thing that I thought was stupid in that part was where Kylo Ren was surrounded by the Knights of Ren, and she was able to teleport the lightsaber to him. Like, where did this teleporting actual physical objects, actual matter, when has that ever been?
Well, remember, just a few weeks ago, JJ said there's going to be new Force powers, and some people aren't going to like it. And JJ also said 7 months ago, F it, I'm going to do what I feel is right. So this is what he did.
Yeah.
By the way, I agree with Gary from Nerdrotic now. Gary, we love you. You are the man. I can't stand JJ Abrams.
No. Yeah.
Not a fan.
Not a fan at all, for sure.
I was okay with J.J. Abrams after The Force Awakens, and then Rian Johnson just ruined it all for me. Now, as I sit back and observe the entire thing, J.J. Abrams is awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Big time. I'm trying to think.
And look, guess who's being blamed for the failure of this movie?
The fans.
Yeah.
The fans are being blamed. And the thing is, he was definitely making some knocks at Ron Johnson.
He did.
Like,
which, you know what? I don't even want to see that.
Yeah.
Just make a good movie, man.
Yeah.
You're doing that stuff. You're just making us think about the state of the franchise.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't need JJ to come in on this movie and try to go back and redo stuff that Ron Johnson screwed up. That movie's done and over with. You know, there's no fixing it. It's out. It's part of the trilogy. He really should have gotten some hardcore writers together to try to come up and fix this. And I don't know, The Last Jedi, I mean, the damage might have been done at that point. There might have been nothing that they could have done to fix this.
Right. Back to this movie. How about the death of Leia?
I don't even remember how she just died, right? Like Kylo?
She died by reaching out to Kylo and making him feel her presence. That's the way I interpreted it.
Oh, that was the part I fell asleep on that, so I missed that. I fell asleep in the theater watching it. So the thing is, Doomcock actually did a review of Kylo and Rey fighting on the wreckage of the Death Star, and he slowed it down and I was like, watch them fight. And they're literally going for each other's lightsabers. And it just made me think of Trump the Insult Comic Dog, where he's like, here we have the ceremonial banging of the plastic toys, you know, on the wedding thing from the Phantom Menace, what the Triumph, the comic dog did, but literally, Rey and Kylo are just hitting each other's lightsabers, and
This is true.
and I was watching that, and I fell asleep in the theater watching this movie, and I think Coach looked at me, and I like subconsciously like felt it or something, and I like woke myself up.
Yeah, I looked at him like, "Are you really sleeping?"
Yeah, but yeah. So I missed that part on Leia.
I don't blame
reaching
you.
out.
I don't blame you. So I don't know. There was so much bad, and like so. I don't go to Star Wars to watch political agenda and messages. Like, keep that out of my Star Wars. There's going to be some people that are going to be like, Star Wars is politics. No, you could. No, we'll just disagree, homeboy.
Yeah,
So, anyways, the little bit of good that was in this movie was ruined for me at the final scene with the lesbian kiss.
yeah.
Like, you talk about something being forced and like,
That was totally forced in there just to pander to those people. It's like you just force that. It doesn't even fit in there. You
At
know,
all.
like it didn't fit.
but
in there at all,
here's
is it?
Disney, the champions of everybody,
Yeah,
except for the majority,
yeah.
the unsilent majority. Big Mouth. What movie is that from?
I can't remember. I know the movie. I've seen
I'm the
it.
unsilent majority. Big Mouth.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, as soon as you tell me, I'll be like, oh yeah,
Rocky 4.
oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just like I said, it's hard for me to remember all of it. The Han scene in there that was like a vision.
I mean, it was just okay.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate that scene. I wasn't like,
The
oh my
first-
god.
I felt like the first half of the movie was atrocious.
Yeah, definitely.
It was so hard to watch and be there and just.
I was literally like, what is happening?
But about
What?
halfway through it, we started seeing some pretty good parts.
Yeah.
But like, this is the Star Wars movie where people just show up out of the blue.
Yeah.
Lando, Kylo, the Emperor.
Yeah.
The Emperor's in the movie like 2 minutes in.
Yeah, there's so much what they call MacGuffins, which are people, objects that are just thrown into the movie to kind of force the plot. But they it was just, I don't know. I'm literally almost kind of speechless. I don't even know what to say other than it sucked. And there was a couple good parts in it, that I didn't mind. Oh, the space battle. No, it wasn't even a space battle. It was an atmospheric battle. Absolutely god awful, terrible. Like, I didn't like one thing about the entire battle at the end. I thought it completely sucked.
Here's something else. All the leaks were true.
Yeah, they were.
And I'm not saying that as a negative, because the leaks were true.
Hashtag Doomcock was right.
Yeah. Yeah. And like,
And so many people, when Doomcock came out, that was like, fake news, Doomcock's fake news. My sources say none of that's true, fake news.
where they at now?
Yeah,
Now it's the fans' fault.
yeah,
No, just make us a good movie.
yeah.
Which you can't, because episode 7 and 8 couldn't connect. There was no connection there. There was no cohesion.
This sequel trilogy is forgettable.
Oh. So, all right,
100%
so
forgettable.
let's play a game. All right?
All right,
All right.
all right. What?
How much better is the prequel trilogy than the sequel trilogy.
Definitely better. Definitely better.
Even with Jar Jar
Even
Binks.
with Jar Jar Binks. I
And
will
the
take
Phantom Menace,
I
and
will
Attack of the Clones, and some of it's bad.
I will take all the bad from the prequels over the sequel trilogy any day. Any day. I will take that. Prequels are definitely, in my opinion, a lot better than the sequel trilogy.
This movie had some, like, if I were to able to take out like 10 minutes of this movie and make it as like a highlight montage, it'd be pretty cool. It'd be a pretty cool 10-minute little video.
Yeah.
The problem is the other 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, so apparently, as rumor has it, this was the cut. This is Kathleen Kennedy's cut of the movie that we got, and now you see everybody that's hashtag and release the Lucas cut. The Lucas cut rumor has it the Lucas cut, if there's a Lucas cut, scored higher in the test audiences than any other cut that they did. Not sure why they didn't go with it. Kathleen Kennedy, did her own thing, made her own version, and this is basically what we got, and it was not good.
Not good at all. Not good.
And I will say this about our theater. People were clapping at the end of it, and we did ask a lot of people coming out of the theater what they thought of it, and
They were like this.
yeah,
They weren't like, oh, it was amazing.
yeah,
There was like one jabroni in the back clapping it up.
yeah, and
And a lot of other people joined in,
yeah,
but it wasn't like, I remember like when the Phantom Menace, when Star Wars popped up on the screen, everybody started screaming, dude.
yeah,
Screaming.
yeah. That was insane. The whole place erupted.
There was none of that
None of that.
in this whole thing.
The excitement for this movie in the theater didn't even come close to the excitement in the theater from the Phantom Menace.
And that's hilarious too.
Like, not even close. But I was the only one that booed at the end of the movie in the theater. And then there was other people that were clapping, and I don't know. I'll be curious to see what the Rotten Tomatoes audience score is on this.
I can't wait.
I think it's gonna be pretty low. The Last Jedi's sitting at 42%, I think. 47, 42, something like that. But I don't know, it could be higher than that, because I didn't think this was as bad as The Last Jedi.
It was not as bad as Last Jedi.
But maybe it's just because I was more prepared for this. Like, if I didn't know any of the leaks and I just went into this...
What if this had been the second movie, kind of,
I don't know how that would have worked with...
I'd have been devastated.
Yeah.
No. In terms of story, it wouldn't have worked. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
If The Last Jedi had been on par with this and this was the second movie,
Right.
we'd be leaving, devastated.
Yeah.
We didn't leave devastated this time. We left laughing.
Yeah. Definitely. The Last Jedi, we left speechless.
Yeah, hurt. Sad.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one, we were just laughing like, oh.
I was laughing.
Like, what a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Not good. So, all that being said, we have a documentary to finish up.
Yeah. And there's definitely going to be... I don't know. We need to look at the Part 3 script. There might be some stuff we might need to add.
Alright. Well.
But yeah. I definitely can't wait to get that finished and
so, your overall feelings about the movie? in living color style.
Hated it.
Hated it.
Yeah, so that was pretty much my.
And let's
my
say
feeling
this
on
before
it.
people starts attacking the fandom menace and people in their 40s and all that. We wanted to like it.
Yeah,
We did. We wanted it to be awesome.
yeah.
It's just not.
I can take scenes and certain cherry pick things out of all three of these sequel trilogy movies that I liked, or that I thought was okay, or that I really didn't have a problem with. But the overall
Not good.
story, characters, all of it, the overall of it, the meat and potatoes of the sequel trilogy is just terrible. And I do hate it. So when I say hated it, yeah, I hated this movie. It was all over the place.
I've watched The Last Jedi from beginning to end twice.
I've watched it from beginning to end 3 times.
I will watch this movie from beginning to end twice. I'm going back to the theater with a friend and his children that really want me to go. So because of those kids, they are dying for me to be there. I'm going to go and take my daughters if they want to go. But I will never see it again. And I know that some people are going to be like, "Oh, you hated it, but you're going back and supporting them." I don't care about that.
Yeah.
You think your $7 is going to matter to Disney?
Mm-mm.
Like, so what? Like, the popcorn costs more than the ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, I will not be going back to the theater and seeing this movie. When it comes out, when a cam version of it comes out
I will not buy it.
on the internet, I'll never pay money for it. But when the cam version of the film comes out on torrent sites, I might possibly wind up with a copy of that, possibly, and I'll be able to analyze it a little bit better than I can right now, because like I said, so much was happening so fast, and it was just coming at you from every direction. They were just throwing so much at you. The story was constantly changing, needing to do this, needing to do that, here, there. They were all over the place, and it was hard to keep up and follow, what was going on. So
I don't know.
I know I really need to sit down when I can get a copy of it and go through it and I'll be able to analyze it a little bit better. But yeah, I'm not going to be paying to see it.
All right, well, that's our review for now.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be there'll be a backlash on this.
We'll be reporting, don't worry.
Yep, news will be coming out about it.
This is all the fans' fault. Please.
Yeah.
That is so weak. Shame on you for even saying that.
Yep, stupid.
That's just dumb.
Yeah.
Fans had no responsibility in what went on that script.
No. And if the hardcore fans would have had any input on it, we definitely would have gotten something a lot better. Huh.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker would have been in the sequel trilogy more than...
Han would not have died.
Wait, hold up. Luke might have been in the sequel trilogy for, what do you think, 20 minutes? On the whole?
On the whole sequel trilogy, where you got
Got a
about
minute.
a minute in Force Awakens.
Maybe 8 or 9 minutes in The Last Jedi?
The Last Jedi, no, it was more than 8 or 9 minutes. It was probably 15.
Where he's on camera?
Yeah, probably about maybe 15 minutes throughout. Because remember
Well,
he
had
at the end.
He had
and,
3 minutes here.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah. So yeah, probably about 20 minutes throughout the entire.
Han had more than that.
Yeah.
In what movie?
Yep, I would have gotten all the original cast. I would have came up with all the entire story from beginning to end, and until the story was perfect, I wouldn't even have started filming. And when the story was perfect, I would have shot all 3 movies at the same time. Got all the actors together, shot all 3 movies at the same time, and then released them a year apart. Just like the way Lord of the Rings did it.
Yep. All right. Well, y'all stay tuned. We'll see what happens next.
Yep.
I don't know. I am relieved that it's over.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, now we can look forward to who is going to take control, where they're going to go next, and if they're going to actually take their time. And
I'm getting my resume ready.
yeah.
Me and Annie could write a better story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, we're both pretty humble people. I mean, look at us.
Yeah.
We've been humbled our
Yeah.
whole lives.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty confident that the documentary that we have made is going to smoke The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. The documentary we're making is better than all 3 of these movies.
Yes. About the movies.
About the movies.
So get ready.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Coach. He is Nick. You are Echo Base Network. And we are out.
See you on the next one.
We're doing it in person, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leaving basketball practice, walking to the car, and it's about to go down on the way to the movie. Anybody want to tell me what they thought about it? Anybody? Thumbs up right there. Thumbs up. Okay, good. Oh boy. I was hoping there'd be a line of people. Oh man. Oh, buddy.
All right.
All right. I don't want to ask anybody anything in here because.
In front of people that haven't seen it yet.
Right. Let's go.
Well,
2 thumbs up. All right.
Yeah.
Well.
I was expecting freezing.
Did you just say it's not that bad? It was not that bad? Can I get that on camera? Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie. Man, that was going to be a good one. What'd y'all think about the movie?
It was good.
Did you like it? Awesome. Was it everything you had hoped for? Awesome. Man. We are at IHOP, and we are going to talk about this movie, and it's not going to be me. All right. You can say anything. Just strike me down. Tell us your feelings.
Well, for me, I went into the movie looking for restitution, and I don't feel like I got that, but there is a certain level of satisfaction. So overall, I give it a okay, and some satisfaction. I guess that's about all I can say. So, but no restitution. I mean, I didn't come away like, yeah.
All right.
I was satisfied.
Okay.
To a certain level.
All right.
Bro, I got nothing. I don't know. I thought it was fun and entertaining, but there is a possible Tesseract scene. I thought it was funny.
All right. Larry is new to the Star Wars world. So, Larry, what do you think about what you just saw?
I'm totally confused. I gotta get the book.
Oh, thank you, Larry. That was so good. All right. Give it away now.
I enjoyed the movie. I was entertained. I I love the old Star Wars.
Oh, we're talking about it right now. Yeah, but we're vlogging. We'll try to be quiet.
I loved episode 4, 5,
No,
and 6.
save your money.
Hang on. Your Echo Base Network, like and subscribe. All right, so when are you gonna go see the movie?
I think tomorrow.
Did you guys just go see it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's go. All right. Echo Base Network. I am the coach. That's Nick. Tell us what you thought.
It's good. Sith cool. They should have won.
The Sith should have won. You kind of look like Kylo. Strike me down.
That's right.
Well, I had this guy in 3rd grade. Oh my gosh. Just finished up his first semester at Auburn.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Where are you?
What do you think? I mean, overall, you enjoyed it. Okay.
What do you think? Let me ask you this, Tyler. I'm coach. Okay. So,
Echo Base Network. Go subscribe.
All right.
YouTube, check it out.
what do you think boomers thought about it?
Too much force power. Power creep.
No doubt. Absolutely. That's a good thought. You're absolutely right. That's what we were just talking about. Thank you. All right. Do we have a TikTok? Do we have a TikTok? What is that like? Are you really? All right. Show me your moves. All right, Tuck. You'll never be the same. You never look at Coach Groves the same after tonight.
I thought it was very good.
Awesome. I'm glad. I wish I could feel that way. I'm very jealous. That's good. The wise one.
I liked it. I'm a big, huge Joseph Campbell fan. Who started the beginnings. The mythology is something I really like about it. They carried the good versus evil through it, but I get everything that you guys talk. Yeah, that
I agree with that part.
burned me a little bit. They go off, Hollywood it up, whatever they do to it. But that's they're in it to make money.
Yeah.
They took away some of the originality.
Thank you, Coach. We'll get your thoughts later.
Hated it.
I was telling them what Ray did to Palpatine at the end. That's what we wanted Luke to do. Basically, it's just all-out power and just kick butt. And she kicked butt. I mean, at the end. But that's what we wanted Luke to do. You know, all the years of watching New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, when it was just those three in our hearts and our minds, you know, that's how we wanted Luke to go out. And to
So how do you feel about Luke's role in this movie?
limited. I wanted more of him. Even as a Force Ghost, I would have taken him as a Force Ghost half the movie, just as long as he was in it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he had. You take all the time, maybe 5 minutes of that movie, he was in it. Unless I'm forgetting something already, he just. I'm sitting there through the first half. It wasn't until the half of the movie. Then he appears, and you're like, finally, this is what we've been waiting on. Okay. And then he's kind of makes an appearance, says some things, does some things a little, and then it's over. You know.
So how does this ship in the middle of the desert? It's been there for Lord knows how many years.
The X-Wing?
No, the one that's been deserted by the guy that was taking Ray.
OC or whatever.
Pretty much Ray's whole life.
Yeah. So how is it possible that this thing is still operable and has enough fuel in it? When you got that city there, they would have scavenged it.
Scavenged it
Have that
There's a
thing.
lot of plot holes. Like,
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was a movie.
Yeah, say that again.
It was a movie.
That's right.
At least Chuck's thinking.
I think there was one scene where Ray and the other guy get together. The guy that was in the black.
All right, dude. It's been 28 years. And it's finally over.
Yeah, all done until the next one.
With the Skywalker saga, the one that pretty much made us friends, ended tonight.
No, it actually ended back in 1983. This terrible fan film ended tonight.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that, but it's been a good journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess we'll have to find another something to go watch.
Yeah. Maybe we'll start doing crochet on this channel or something.
Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite. Yeah. And Minecraft.
Now it's over. That's the thing. It's over. That's crazy.
It's over.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming by Echo Base Network. A very special thank you to all of our subscribers. You make us who we are. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we greatly appreciate your consideration. Please make sure, whether you subscribed or not, that you hit that like button and you comment below. We would love to engage with you in that way. Thank you guys so much.